Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing just fine. Welcome to the channel, Gray Cloudy Day. I am Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. That moment right there. If you could, hit that like button. I appreciate it. I know that's kind of, so generic. Me and somebody talked about this a while back. Originally, when I started this channel, I was like, I'm not going to ever get into saying, hit the like and please subscribe. And then sometime, I think it's been about a year ago or longer, I finally kind of started doing that as much as I can. So if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate that also. Sometimes I don't say it. It's not necessary. People are going to do what they want. I can ask you to hit the like button all day long and you don't do it. There's a lot of people that don't. But that being said, if you like what I'm doing, share it to your socials if you can. If you got Facebook, share it. I'm not on Facebook anymore. If you find an account under my name over there, it's not me. Don't follow it. If you're on anywhere else, let people know about the channel. I appreciate that. That being said, I'm just meaning that I've learned why people do say that, because even though I'm not making money at this thing here, I am trying to promote what I do here. I feel like there's a message to be said here. It's not all about the Jesus Calling devotionals either. If you go through my channel, you'll find a lot of different things that I share. And I'm slowly but surely navigating the whole having a second channel thing. I think the best thing I can do with that is don't rush it. The second channel will get to its own level of level of popularity at its own time. And over there, eventually I'll get it down to where I know what I'm doing over there and the kind of content that you will be regularly seeing, which is, I hope, to be more about, like I've said over and over, the love of the love I have for comic books, maybe talking about other books I've read, like fictional books, and maybe discussing some movies and music. So, it's just that this channel is growing pretty rapidly ever since I hit over 1,000, and I'm really putting the main focus here, especially now that I'm learning how to maybe have guests on and all that stuff. So let's get into the reading. Hopefully I haven't bored you and you turned off the video already. March 25th. Let thankfulness temper all your thoughts. A thankful mindset keeps you in touch with me. I hate it when my children grumble, casually despising my sovereignty. Thankfulness is a safeguard against this deadly sin. Furthermore, a grateful attitude becomes a grid through which you perceive life. Gratitude enables you to see the light of my presence shining on all your circumstances. Cultivate a thankful heart, for this glorifies me and fills you with joy. Your reference scriptures here are 1 Corinthians 10, verse 10, Hebrews 12, 28 through 29, Colossians 3, verse 16. Thankfulness, that's something that is a good way to start the day. I am very much grateful to be alive, and I am very grateful that I've had a string of good days in a row, especially when you come up out of several days that weren't so good in a row, and you come back on the upswing, and it slowly gets just progressively better each day. I'm very grateful for that. Not saying that I'm not grateful on the bad days. I am grateful, and sometimes it's hard to keep a grateful attitude when you're going through stuff on a certain day. So I guess I'm offering anybody, if you're going through anything today, you're not alone. We do have struggles, and we all are trying to make the best out of it, I believe. And I don't know what's ahead of us, as far as I know what's ahead in the distance. as far as for the world and for society, but I don't know as far as how soon or any of that comes, although it's rapidly approaching us. Best thing we can do, and I've been saying this over and over, tune a lot of the stuff out that's going on in the world. I want to say also I was stressed yesterday because I've been seeing about this ID verification thing for Social Security, and I'm on disability. At one point yesterday I read where like everybody was going to have to be verified to continue getting their benefits. Well, I think I misread something. I read this morning and it's eased my mind. Apparently, for me to have to verify my identity with Social Security, it would be if I'm needing to change my direct deposit information, if I need to change my phone number, my address, certain personal information. They will not allow you to do that on phone anymore. You either have to go to your own line portal that you have created, and if you don't have access to that or a way to do that or didn't create one, then you would have to go in person to prove who you are. The reason I was stressed is because many of you that have watched this channel, if you've not heard me say this, but I've said it time and time again on live streams, I've said it in videos, I don't have an ID. I haven't had an ID since I moved to Alabama. I moved from North Carolina to Alabama. I'd lost my North Carolina ID a few months before I ended up here. And that makes it more complicated when I don't understand why it's not as easy as, hey, I just moved from North Carolina. I don't still have my ID. You could be able to, can you contact the DMV over there, pull up my image on the screen, see that it's me, and give me an Alabama ID. I don't know. So I looked that up yesterday. So apparently they can do that, but then they want a $25 fee from me. So like if I want to go like next month to get my ID, I think I can pay $25 for them to contact the last state I had an ID in to prove I had an ID and was on record. And then I'd have to pay the $36 that Alabama requires for an ID, not just a driver's license, just a state ID is $36. So anyway, that's just one of my little gripes from, yesterday. But this morning, I think my stress, as long as my benefits aren't interrupted because they want me to go verify my identity, then I'm fine. And I'll just work on getting an ID. I'm going to try to find that information out in the next, I'm going to try to maybe focus on just getting an ID in the next month or two. See what I can do. I don't have a Social Security card either. I lost that last year. So having the right things to go down there with paperwork. So I might end up having to pay that fee and see if they can contact another state to get the information they need and then get my ID. If it costs me a little extra, it just costs me a little extra. So that's what I'm going to work. I might call the DMV today and actually talk to someone and find out if that is a possibility for me to get done. So until next time, guys, let's keep a positive attitude. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on moving forward, even on the bad days. And I will keep you in my thoughts and send out some positive vibes your way. And so until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud, say to the eternal moment, over and out, ditto.